a rainy walk. I love my morning walk. And this morning I had a new pace, a different step, because today is day one of my fast and Uranus adventure, day one. And so I'm really excited. It's been about 24 hours now since I ate last, and I feel fine. Felt fine through the night. Been got a nice morning glass of my Weedu wine, which tastes just lovely this morning, soft. And so, yeah, anyway, I'm excited about all this. It's really about shifting the way I think. And I realize that that is more at stake than anything. It's about what I think. And I realize that food is something that I thought about a lot in my lifetime. A lot. Because I was a professional, number one, so I had to think about it all the time. But more importantly, how I incorporated it as a complete 100% fabrication of my total existence, beginning to end. So I haven't been in the industry for a while. I haven't done any cooked food for months. I haven't, I've been narrowing it down to fruitarian. And over the last couple of weeks, I've narrowed it down further and further. And over the last week and the last few days, I've got it down narrower and narrower to where yesterday I just had a small, really small portion of pineapple and a couple of dried apricots. And I did have a cup of tea in the morning. And that was it. So now I consider today day one officially. And this is 3 months because it was, I started on a Monday. It was a January 23rd. So I figured I'm starting on a Monday and it's now April 24th. So, yeah, that's what's happening. So the way I see it is, it's just a mind shift. And it's going from pain to pleasure. Okay, this is what we're working towards, is shifting from pain to pleasure. Now, most people don't want to deal with pain, and I understand. I don't either. I never did. I first wanted to take medications, drink, smoke, look for sex, eat, whatever, just tons of different ways to find distractions from ever really addressing myself and dealing with pain, the deep-rooted stuff, and the topographical stuff, the physical stuff. They're all relative. They all show up in the same, in different ways, whether you get pain in your shoulder, up in the pinch, and here and there, or down below. There's a connection. They're connected on so many levels. So one who's been going through a detox, and literally that's all I can think of calling any of it, even when I started as a vegan, almost, it'll be a couple years come this summer. When I started that, just to mentally start making changes of what I used to do to what I then did, and then keep shifting and shifting to where now I think I really am ready to kind of go without food. It just feels good. It feels right. I feel ready for it now. And so we'll see. Day one. But in the when you're doing this idea of whether it's going to be pleasurable or painful, and now like with urine therapy, having to drink the pee, most people find that to be painful. The whole idea of what happens in their mind, that just like, what? Drink your pee? You want me to drink my pee? Are you kidding me? But once you get past all that, there's a lot of pleasure on the other side. It's hard to describe, quite frankly. But I also see where it's just like we go out partying with friends. You know, you want to go out and have a good time, do some shooters and all that jazz. And so it seems like a lot of fun. It's like a lot of pleasure. Aren't we having a great time? This is just where, besties do their besties. And then in the morning, you just feel like hell. You run over, you're hungover and just worn. And you spent way too many tokens for that ride. And so it happens a lot with our human experience. I know it happened with me, with eating and drinking and smoking, those particulars big time, but also busyness, overdoing, overstressing myself, thinking that I was some super person and multitasking and, trying to rescue people all the same time. How heroic. What a mess. And I was a mess. And I don't think I'm a mess anymore so much. I'm working on it. It's a new light. And the other day, when I was going through, I have a lot of archives, and sometimes I thumb through them just to see what's there, because I really forget, because most of my therapy was always with the pen and pad. And, I'm doing urine therapy now, but my own personal therapy, how I worked things out throughout all my life, was with writing. And so I'd write a lot of poetry and stories and, just kind of work things out. And I always had a lot of fun with it. So I always hoped that I'd have a sense of humor about it, and stay on the light side of it. So I'm going to share one of these pieces with you right now, because I want to show how far, and this I wrote in 2003. So we were like, 14 years ago. And where my head was at. Because I was always pretty blank or transparent. I'd write things down that I thought were authentic and genuine. So this is entitled A Spiritual Punk. I might as well face it. I'm just a drunk. I'm a new age illusion, a spiritual punk. There's nothing above me, and there's nothing below. Side to side is spacious, and I got nothing to show. A society's misfit, just an effects of the cause. And where do I fit in as a rebel on pause? What is the message as new worlds collide, as I keep finding tokens to go on this ride? In all of the healings in the past that I bought, did I learn who I am, or did I learn who I'm not? How much is bullshit and how much is clear? How much is too much? And why am I here? I might as well face it. I'm hooked on junk. A new age illusion, a spiritual punk. Can anyone stop me? Well, God will decide. God is now with me. God is inside. Will I be hearing a vibrational ohm when my messenger comes to escort me home? Sometimes I wonder, am I already dead? As I lie awake dreaming inside of my head. Am I at a party? Somebody scream. When I wake up and I'm horny, am I still in a dream? I might as well face it. I just grew up on funk. I'm a new age illusion, a spiritual punk. Huh. There it is. So that was then. That was 14 years ago. And I just don't even think like that. Maybe it's just the bad boy in me. But, right now, I just have so much love. You know, all I want to do is just like give love, share love, be love, have love, get love, spread it around, you know, in any way possible. And I really see how the urine therapy has been like the thread, the magic golden thread that tied this whole fabric together for me. And now I've had that paradigm shift. I've already moved from the pain to pleasure. I'm really having a lot of fun now. You know, I'm not tripping on body pain, emotional pain, mental pain, financial pain. None. Like zero, none, zero. Even my hand, it's coming along so good. I go see the therapist again today and have more hand massage therapy. And but it's coming along. I can see, I can touch this finger now. I couldn't do that a week ago. I could only touch this finger a week ago, barely. But now I'm getting movement. I'm getting close to the last little finger. Look at that. So I attribute all that to the urine therapy. It's just moving along so quickly. And now that I'm starting my fast, I'm excited. I think my whole healing process is just going to really accelerate now. And so I'm just going to keep going along one day at a time. But I really am excited. I'm really determined. And I really want to experience what it is to be completely free from my addiction to food. It's kind of like that. Food's the last holdout because I've gotten rid of the cigarettes, the alcohol, the drugs, and you know, just about everything. I mean, I'm stripped to the bones. And so I figured if I can get past food and get it down to where it's just breath and pee, oh boy, how simple is that? How efficient is that? How cost effective is that? How much time I'll have on my hands? How much more money I'll have? Everything, which is all relative in real time. You know, what is happening, how we feel about it, whether it's working or not. And so I think it's all working. And I mean, you know, here we go. Cheers. On to the new adventure. The fast and Uranus, day one. The pain to pleasure paradigm shift. Gotta love it, man. Yeah. So I'm not going to be overeating because I'm not going to be eating at all. I'm not going to wake up with a hangover. And gee, I'm just not going to get stressed out about to like anything that I can think of. Nothing. No thing. So I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful, marvelous day. I know I am. So far, so good. And here we go. On to the big times. And I love you dearly. And boom, you just been loved. So happy, 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 happy.